Hello everyone! Welcome to Pirate Science. I am Captain Richard. Today we are going to get to do something really sweet. So every single lab that I do in class, no matter whether it is we're working with batteries, or we are coding something on a computer, or whatever, every time someone asks, can we eat it? So today, I thought it would be very ironic if we did a lab that we could eat, because I am over here and you are over there. I miss you very much. So what I want you to do is to follow along today. This is something that you can't follow along right now as I'm doing it, but you can follow along afterwards. This video will go right to my YouTube channel. You can watch it again, follow the instructions, and make what we're making today. Okay, so that reminds me, speaking of YouTube, Tucker reminded me of this, that we need to remind everyone to subscribe to the channel. And if you click the little bell icon, you'll get a notification on your phone when it's time to watch. So everyone do that. Smash that like button. I'm pointing. Is that where it is? Or is it over there? Or maybe over there? Yes, so click your subscribe button and click the little bell icon to get notified of when we go live. Okay? It actually happened today that I started the stream an hour early. And because Tucker and Ryan had clicked the notifications, they were like, hey, what's Captain doing? So we talked just a little bit. Okay, so if you want to be in on those sneaky extra streams, then you can click that bell. Okay, so today what we're going to make are our own Sour Patch Kids. Now this is a really involved process. I thought it was going to be like super simple, that like maybe just mix 1 or 2 things, but it did take a while. So follow along again slowly. I've already put the recipe that I followed in the description of this video. Okay, so you can click that and you can follow along the recipe on the video. So also remember, you can go mrcorvette.com, where there are all kinds of other cool science activities. I've put videos and kid-friendly games. Okay, first, before we get started, I see Mason. Hello, Mason. I don't remember. I welcome to the stream. And Amelia and Stella. Stella is a long-time follower. She's been here for a while. And Ryan again, and Henry. Hey guys. Okay, so I saw on a walk this week, I saw Cora and Edie, and they were like, hey, we made some oobleck, which is what we did last week, which that was super exciting to me. So what I need you to do is, when you make some stuff that you see on the show, take some pictures and email it to me at my school address. Today will be a good one because we're going to make something delicious. Get your parents to help and take some pictures and let me know what you think. Okay. Hi, Clara. So feel free. I have my chat open, obviously. Feel free to ask any questions that you might have. Okay? Okay, today's learning target. I can cook up some energy. We're going to be talking about sugar today. Sour Patch Kids have quite a lot of sugar in it. And sugar is delicious. Do we know why sugar is delicious? Think about that for a second. Why is sugar delicious? Okay, so let's just watch how we make this stuff, and then we'll talk a little bit about the science behind it, because let's just get right to the cool part, which is the making and the eating. Okay, so what I've done is I have made a video of me cooking the Sour Patch Kids, and I will talk you through the video and the instructions. Ryan says, I saw you at Whitewater. You talking to me? Was I at Whitewater? I think I was at I have been at Whitewater. I've been walking my dogs, and I bike. When I bike to school, I bike through Whitewater. So maybe that's where you saw me. Okay, let's watch the video of me making the thing. Okay, so let me make this full screen. Okay, here we go. Okay, 1 cup of fruit juice. I chose orange because I really like oranges. And I think that maybe, I don't know, we'll see if it turned out pretty well. Okay. Let me just make sure my stream is handling this full screen. Amelia hasn't been to. Oh, you saw me on my bike. I was there. Okay, so orange juice. That is the first ingredient. 5/8 cup of water. This is the first recipe I've ever seen that requires a strange fraction like 5/8. If you want to know what 5/8 are, think of it a little bit more than half of a cup. Okay, half a cup of water right into the pot with your fruit juice. Any juice you can use, apple juice, cranberry juice, things like that. Okay, now 5½ teaspoons of citric acid. There's 1, 2, and a half. All right, next we add 7½ packs of unflavored gelatin. This is the brand that I bought right here, this Knox gelatin. So 7½ packs. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7½ Okay, so this is what it makes. You don't actually stir the gelatin in. Okay, all you're going to do is just sprinkle the gelatin on top, and then it will just kind of like absorb into it. This is what it looks like. It kind of looks, I think it looks like a brain. Anyways, it gets really thick fast. 7½ packs of gelatin is a lot of gelatin. There it goes. It's all thick and gooey. Okay, that is going to be the base of our candy. Okay, now what we're going to need to do is we're going to make a sugar syrup, which we are going to add into that. So you need a new pot now. Okay, now you need another 5/8 cup of water. Pour that right in. And now what you need is what is it? A 1.5 cups of sugar. So here it goes, the 1.5 cups. Now, you know, sugar will dissolve into water, right? But this is so much sugar that what happens is the water reaches a point, it becomes saturated. So if you think of the water molecules, and the sugar kind of fits in between there. But if there's so much sugar, there's not enough room for all of the sugar, so some of it doesn't dissolve. You're going to see I'm going to try to stir this up to mix it up, find some more room for the sugar. And then what we're going to do is we're going to heat the whole thing up. By heating it up, we're going to create a little more space for the sugar, and it'll dissolve completely into it. So see, you can still see the sugar, but when we heat it up, it will completely dissolve into the water. Okay, let me look at my text here for a second. Oh, Dave Nelson says, we opened our cupboard and our oobleck was covered in mold. Oh my goodness. I hope that I'm not responsible for the molding of some of your food. So guys, throw out your oobleck after you're done playing with it. How much sugar? A cup and a half. So the recipe is in the description in this video down below. This is just the how-to. Okay, we're gonna turn the heat on high. This will boil the substance. So here is the boiling sugar water. You can see that now that we've boiled it, the sugar is completely dissolved in. I'm putting in here a candy thermometer. This is something I had to buy just for this experiment. I didn't have a candy thermometer. It goes all the way up to 400 degrees. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need our candy thermometer we need to boil this until it gets to 300 degrees. So what will happen is as we boil, the water actually keeps the whole temperature a little low. It keeps it around 200 degrees. And I was wondering for a while, am I doing this right? But then as the water began to boil and evaporate into the air, there was more just kind of like water and sugar. And then that allowed the heat to rise up to 300 degrees. There it goes. So now we've hit 300 degrees. You can see the thermometer goes up to the blue. The blue goes up to 300. Perfect. And in fact, on my thermometer, it says hard cracked for hard cracked candy. I guess this is the temperature that we cook sugar up to make it hard. I've never made candy. This is the first candy I've ever made. Okay. So, and you can see it's really thick now. Some of the sugar substance dripped onto my stove and it took me like almost like getting a chisel to get it off. It was so hard. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna pour it right on top of the gelatin. You can see there it is. Still some of it is powdery. It's very mushy. It looks like rubber. So here we go, this boiling sugar on top. There we go. Okay, so now I just want a cleanup tip. The pot which I boiled the sugar water in, it created rock candy inside of it. It just became hard sugar, and it was so hard to clean out. So what I did was I just filled it up with some more water and boiled it, and it all melted, and I just poured it right down the sink. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take this gelatin mix. It is so sticky and thick, and we're just going to kind of stir it up a little bit. Now you can stir it. So previously you didn't want to stir the gelatin, but now when it has the sugar mix in it, we can stir it. I'm going to take the pot, I'm going to put it on the hot burner. I'm going to set the burner to medium, and I'm going to just kind of stir it up. Here we go. Yep, see, it's a medium. Now I'm going to just stir the mixture up, and you can see that the gelatin glob is like, it's a big mass of sticky sugar and gelatin. As it heats up, as the gelatin heats up, it will melt. Right now, it kind of smells like a little bit like burning orange juice. So I think orange juice might not be the best, but that's what I did. Okay, here's the finished product. I couldn't show it to you. I couldn't show you pouring it into my paper mold because it took me 2 hands and it was very hot at the time. Oh, Gianna and Bryn. Hi, guys. I'm glad that you got to join us today. So this is very hot, and what I did was I got a glass Pyrex, and I just put some parchment paper in it and poured it right in. So this is it, and now this substance you have to let it sit there for 3 hours so that it can cool and harden. So here it is after it's hardened, and I'm going to cut it. I've picked the parchment paper right out, and and I put it on my counter. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this pizza cutter to cut it. And unfortunately, I can't show you because I need 2 hands. So I used my pizza cutter, and guys, it was so sticky. It was kind of hard to cut, but it was so sticky. It just would like stick to the pizza cutter. I had to keep washing the pizza cutter off with hot water, and then it would keep cutting. It was very difficult to cut. And then I cut it into strips. So I'm showing you how it sticks to the pizza cutter. It's like glue. So I cut it into strips, and at this point I was getting a little frustrated with, there I had to wash it off. I was getting frustrated with how hard it was to cut, and I thought, okay, I'm going to cube it. I just got a kitchen knife, a chef's knife. So I cut them into cubes. I cut the strips into cubes. There's my chef knife I used to just finish the strips off. Chop, chop, chop. Is it good? Who asks? Gianna asks if it's good. You know what, Gianna? I haven't tasted it yet. I've been waiting to do it on stream, and we'll figure out whether it tastes good together. So I queued it up. Into a bowl, I put 3 tablespoons of sugar and 1.5 tablespoons of citric acid, and just kind of like stir it up. This is going to be the coating. If you've ever had a Sour Patch Kid, you know that they have that kind of that coating on top. So I'm going to, those cubes are so sticky. They're so sticky, and they just immediately grabbed up all the sugar and citric acid. And then after that, they felt just like maybe a softer version of a Sour Patch Kid. Yesterday, Becky asked me, the 6th grade crew leader, Becky asked me if I was going to cut them into little Sour Patch Kid shapes. Guys, it took me so much work to just get them into cubes. I don't think I could. It would take me a year to make a little person, and then that person would look like a very sad person. Hello, Alyssa. Okay, here we go. Look at that. So then I dusted them all. I put them all in there and laid them out. Okay, let's give this a try. Okay, so here they are. Come on, focus camera. There they are. Look at those guys. All golden. So I made them with orange juice. That's why they have that kind of like gold. All right. This is going to be the moment of truth. I'm going to eat one. This is I promise you. This is the very first time that I'm going to try one. And I have no idea how they're going to turn out, okay? So here we are. This is the guy I'm going to try. Oh. So some of the sugar has melted. See? Like on top it stayed kind of crunchy, but on the sides it melted a little bit. So it's still a little sticky. I wonder why that happened. Huh. Okay. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. It is very, very sour. Wow. Wow. Woo. That was a lot of citric acid. I wonder if the original recipe called for watermelon juice. And I don't know about you, but I didn't have any watermelon juice. But I did have orange juice. And now I'm wondering if, because orange juice is already very acidic, I'm wondering if, whew, that is very sour. I'm wondering if adding more citric acid was just too much. So maybe you might want to use a sweeter juice like apple juice or grape juice, something like that. Wow, that was very sour. I mean, still very tasty. And I know that some of you love sour. I remember seeing some of you just eat the citric acid just straight. You guys are crazy. So there you go. Sour Patch Kids. And I know that even though it tasted very sour, that they are loaded with sugar. And that sooner or later, I'm like, maybe in a couple minutes here, I am going to start feeling, oh my goodness, sugar. So why? The body uses sugar as energy. It uses it to create proteins, which help build the body. And our brain runs entirely on glucose, which is a kind of sugar. So let's see here. This here, this is a water molecule. All right. So it has 2 hydrogen and 1 oxygen makes a water. So you can see it is a pretty basic molecule. This is a glucose molecule. It's much longer. And in fact, I looked up, I don't have a picture for you. I looked up what the gelatin molecule is, and it is like a super long molecule. So we humans find sugar absolutely delicious because our body uses sugar for energy. And as we were evolving, we knew that we wanted to eat things that had sugar in them. So our brain has trained itself to say, whenever I taste something that has a lot of sugar in it, I'm going to say, that is delicious, because we know that it has a lot of energy in it. And when we were like cavemen walking around looking for food, our brain wanted to reward us for doing the hard work of finding some delicious fruit or digging into a honey hive or something like that. So, sugar. It makes us super energetic because it's basically pure human fuel. It makes us really, it creates a lot of energy. And it can be bad for us too, because if you are eating so much sugar that you have the extra energy, your body's like, whoa, this is too much energy. What it will do is it will store that in the body as fat. And if we eat way too much sugar and we become too overweight, that can create other health problems for us. So whenever we eat sugar, we want to make sure that we eat it in small amounts. When we were cavemen, it was hard to find sugar. We had to look really hard to find fruit or other pieces of sugar. But when we created agriculture, we were able to grow our own sugar. And so suddenly it was like very easy for us to come across sugar. So now we have too much sugar in our diet. Look at all these pieces. All right, so guys, if you make this, I want you to take a picture and I want you to share it with me. I would suggest maybe not using orange juice. That was very sour and very strong. So please email me and I will share your pictures on the web stream showing everyone what you made. So the recipe is in the description down below. And those are the ingredients you need. And you just follow the video. It will teach you how to make it. Okay? Guys, I miss you. Let me see how we're doing on our questions. Do we have any questions? Who's the pug? The pug is my dog, Bree. You want to see her again? Let's see. Okay. We don't need this one. We need this one. So here we are again. We're mixing that sugar into the water. If you remember from mixtures and solutions, that a solution is when the substance is completely even inside of the water. So I'm mixing it up to get the sugar to be in every part of it. You know, that is a good question. Is the recipe vegetarian? I think that gelatin might not be vegetarian. You might be able to find some vegetarian gelatin. I'm not sure. I haven't done it yet. Make a stink bomb. Yes, there's the pug. As a little Bree. Bree is having a nap right now, so I can't show you her. Okay, guys. So, make sure you go check out mrandcorvia.com. Check out all the other fun games and things like that. I will put stink bombs on the list of things for us to try to do. Next week we are going to make a little biome inside of a glass jar. I'm gonna go get some river water and things like that. We're gonna check it out. So I think that was a project that I saw done a long time ago, and I'm like, oh, I really want to try that. So that's going to be something that we're going to try together. Okay. Any last questions? What is the Minecraft IP? Okay, so on Thursdays we play Minecraft together, and I don't think it has an IP. You have to join the realm. So you have to have Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and then you just kind of have to join in. So look at the Minecraft video, and there is a link that you have to have your school login, and you can click on that link. It will open up Minecraft and ask you to join the server. So that's what you have to do. All right. Okay, guys, I gotta run. It's been super seeing you all. I miss you a lot. Tomorrow at 1 o'clock we're going to do some coding. Okay, I'm going to show you a little bit about how to use the art side of coding a little bit more. I know we've always said, hey, this is not an art class, this is a coding class. But tomorrow we're going to have a special treat. I'm going to show you some of the art tools inside of Scratch, and then I'm going to take some requests. Whatever you want to see me code, we will put on there. And then on Thursday at 1 o'clock, we'll stream some Minecraft again. I haven't looked at the world yet. I'm really excited to see what it is. Okay? All right. Go bother your parents. Get them to get you some gelatin and some sugar and citric acid. You can get it all at a grocery store. Make it. Email me. Let me know how it goes. Okay? Guys? This is Captain signing off. Take care, guys.